and welcome to this afternoon's crafty creation. Daisy's with me today. She did an amazing drawing yesterday of Ghoul Trooper. Fortnite character. Today, because we're doing lots of portraits and stuff, and actually Daisy at school this week is learning portraits. Pressure on. We're going to draw a portrait using oil pastels of Frida Kahlo. And here's one of my paintings I did of her in the back. Beautiful South American artist, really colourful, famous for a monobrow, which is an eyebrow that meets in the middle, and flowers in her hair. Alright, so we're going to start off by drawing the basic portrait in chalk pastel, okay, so because we can rub out the chalk. With this instance, we don't want to try and do too many lines, okay, otherwise it's going to get really messy. Alright, so we're going to try and do very, very limited lines. Okay, so the first line I want to do is an oval for the head. Alright, Daisy? So we're going to go oval for the head. Beautiful.
Does it need to be bigger?
No, everyone's is going to be slightly different. We're going to put the neck down the side and then out to the shoulders. We're going to put oil pastel over this anyway, so you'll get rid of all of that. Don't panic. Okay, now you can put whatever clothes on you want. Okay, so you could put a necklace, a collar, a tie. So I'm going to put a necklace on her. And then there's the collar of her dress. Try not to make too many mistakes, Daisy, because it will just be easier for when you're colouring. Now we want to give her, I'm going to give her a bit of a stronger chin. So yours is pretty good, and I'm just going to square up the chin. 2 ears either side. Mark where the nose is going to be. And the lips. Then we're going to mark in where the eyes are. Where the monobrow is going to go. And her hair is like a big black bun, like this. So just mark it in, because we're going to put lots of flowers on the top. And that's all we're going to do in chalk. Yep, that's fine. Okay, now swapping over to a white oil pastel, we're going to draw over those lines. So copy over all of your chalk, copy over with your oil pastel. If you feel like you want to rub out your chalk first, you can, but you don't need to. What's the difference between chalk and oil pastel? Well, oil pastel, like it says, has got oil in it, which means it doesn't rub out and it doesn't smudge in the same way. And it's basically like a cake of paint. So they're really fun when you're doing very graphic things. Picasso, oil pastels are great for that, but you can't blend in the same way that you can with your chalk pastel. So I've just gone over the white lines. I just haven't done the headline there. You happy with that? And then we're going to get a flesh tone, and we're going to colour in all of the face in flesh tone. Now, if you don't have a black sheet of paper, you could do this on a white piece, or a different colour piece, any really. Okay. You could do the same principle and the same process of this for a self-portrait, or a portrait of somebody in your family or your teacher. So the difference between, pardon? Similar, it's fine, you can use any, it doesn't really matter. We'll share them around. Mine's a bit pale and yours is a bit darker. I think I'm going to use your tone afterwards rather than just having one colour. So the difference between you, if you were using white paper, then obviously you wouldn't use a white crayon, you would use probably the pastel crayon, this colour, flesh tone, to do the drawing, because the white isn't going to show up. But I've done black today just so it's a little bit different. If you don't have black paper at home, you can always paint your own. Or if you look at some of the packaging that you might have from some of your shopping, you might find that some of it's wrapped in black. So if you keep it each week, then you can use it. So I'm going to use a bit of this kind of orangey colour, and I'm just going to add in some orangey colour to her face, so it's not so pale pink, and I actually might add in a bit of pink as well. Don't forget to do her ears, because her ears are the same colour, and her neck. The great thing about oil pastels for parents is that they're not messy. And I know a lot of people hate doing art at home with kids because they fear the mess. It gets everywhere and people get really worried about it, and they'd rather not let the children explore and experiment. But you know, it's important for the kids to have a creative outlet. So I'm just adding a bit of that colour on there, and now I'm going to use a pinky colour. These are just Smiggle oil pastels, so there's nothing really special about them. Just adding a bit of that. In fact, that pink's not coming out, so I might have to go for a darker pink. There we are. So I'm just adding a bit of darker pink on the cheeky area. How's yours coming on? Good. Trying to do some shape. Yeah, nice. Adding a bit of tone helps to bring the face alive. So I've got 3 tones there. I used the flesh tone that Daisy's got, a dark pink, and then I used that orangey colour. So you can use any of those. It might be that you have more of a browny golden colour. That would do exactly the same. It'll just add that depth of colour, a little bit of shading, a little bit of shadow. Now I'm going to use brown, and I'm going to colour in her eyeballs like that. And then I want the black, that's navy blue, there's black. I'm going to do black right in the middle for her eyeballs. Now I'm going to go round her eyes with the black pastel, like that. And then I'm going to go round the nose, sort of black lining the nose, and round the mouth, and down the side of the face. So I'm now creating an extra layer. Oh, just broke. That's okay. Share it. Whoopsie daisy. So I'm just getting a nice sort of black line around the outside of my portrait. And now the most prominent feature for Frida is her monobrow. So I'm going to do her monobrow, and it's a big thick eyebrow that goes into the middle and then goes out the other side. Doesn't have to be a perfect shape. There we go. So that's her monobrow. We need to paint in some lips. So let's get some lips.
We use black to do that.
Yeah, I used black, yeah. And I'm using red, beautiful red for her lips. There we go. And I might use that red for her necklace as well, because I quite like it. You can colour yours in whatever colours you want. If you wanted to do this at home but you haven't got oil pastels, kids, you could do this using coloured pencils or textures. The process of drawing her is going to be exactly the same. Now she's got really famous for her big flowers that she has in her hair. So I'm going to do some big coloured circles in black first, and they're quite randomly placed, so you don't have to have them in a perfect line, but they're usually kind of in a headdress, but they don't have to be perfect. So I've done black circles, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I'm just going to colour in her hair around those circles. So I'm not colouring in the the actual inside of the circles, I'm colouring her hair around the circles, like that. And the hair at the back. And although we're on black paper, the wax shows up because the wax is kind of oily and shiny and the paper is very matte. So that all that hair shines up really well. So there's her hair, and now I'm going to do the flowers. And you can choose whatever colours you want. I'm going to go for opposite flowers. So I'm going to go purple and then yellow in the inside. It's not coming up very well. Yep. And then I'm going to do a yellow one there. And then purple in the inside. Then I'm going to go red on the outside with a green inside. But then do a green around the outside. Guess what? Red in the inside. Have yours? Good? Beautiful. The face is amazing. You've done a really good face, Daisy. Good job. Yay! So we're putting in Frida's flowers in her hair. You can use all of the different colours. Bright flowers, South American, I cannot wait to go there. We're talking about going next year. That's hopefully after all this COVID-19 finishes. We're going to go for my birthday, aren't we, Daisy? Yay! Should be fun. Really cool. Purple in there. So there's my Frida flowers. And then you just want to colour in the background and make the background look colourful and beautiful. I'm just going to colour in the rest of her eyes. And then I need to colour in the whites of her eyes as well, just there in that corner. In that corner, gorgeous. And I think I'm going to go with this lovely teal colour for my background. And I said this before, it's always really nice to have two tones. So I'm going to do teal in this side. To about halfway. And then if you look at another colour that you've got in there, I think I'll use the purple. This is exactly the same with chalk pastels or colours. It's always really good to have a mixture of colours that sort of blend together. And then you can just add a flash. Blend oil pastels, but they don't blend as smoothly as a chalk pastel. But if you just smudge your finger on top, look, it will blend the colours. So if you decide to put a couple of colours together, you just have to go round and round. You have to hold it tight. But because it's got oil in there, it will rub and smooth as it kind of warms up. So I'm just holding it tight with my fingers, and then I'm using round motions to rub my background. So I just need to do her dress now. I'm just going to give it a nice red dress. And what other colour haven't I used? Let's use the orange. Opposite to pink is kind of a greeny colour, really. Because opposite to red is green, so it would be tones of green. Just doing a bit of Mexican pattern work there on my dress. Looks looking good. Mine's looking
Mine
good.
goes off the page.
Yeah, I think mine should be a bit more like that. I'm going to make it a bit more kind of wild there. That feels much better. And I think I'm actually going to, I'm literally thinking through it now. So I'm just going to show some of the curves by using a white, because her hair is quite curly. So I'm just adding in some of the curls. That feels much better, much less structured. Awesome. Shall I give her some earrings, Daisy?
Yeah, dangling ones.
Big dangly earrings. Yeah, just like mine. Beautiful. That's my Frida. I'm going to sign it in the bottom. Not with the chalk, with the oil. K for Karen, E for Elizabeth, and S for Sally, which was my maiden name. Karen Elizabeth Sally. Daisy, yours is gorgeous. I love it.
I haven't finished it yet.
That's awesome. Let's put it together. What else do you want to do?
I'm not sure, but I want to decorate this next part.
Go on then. Do you want to put a background colour on it or not?
I will, but
That's all right. Maybe that colour would be nice for your background. That's awesome. From South America and all that pattern work. Well, so an easy way is to turn that upside down to do all your colouring in. So you can do what I do, which is really, really loose, and then use your fingers. Look how dirty my fingers are.
like that.
Maybe light blue and dark blue, that's nice. Lovely, I love that. That really shines on the back. Think your art teacher will like this?
I don't know.
Yes, of course you will. Definitely. Why would she not? That's brilliant. Okay, now add some black dark blue and then mix it with your finger, go round and round. Help smudge.
Yes, please.
Good job. There we go. That's our Frida. Nailed it. Woohoo! Good job.